Merhaba, my adults. You are listening to M for Adults, the comedy, in quotes, slice of life, in quotes, podcast, in quotes, with your host, Tristen, and your recently fired host wrangler, recently promoted host, co-host, fact checker, Sheri. We want user interaction. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop the email here. You send us whatever you want. You want to argue with any of the points we've made. You want to tell me how beautiful I am or how silky, smooth, chocolatey my voice is. Audible chocolate. It's one of my favorite things to say. Whatever. South Park. Yeah. It's workwiththemadults@gmail.com. That is WRO. Nervous. I was toting that I was confident before this started, but I'm nervous still. That's work with the MADULTS@gmail.com. If you can't figure that out, I don't want your opinion. It's probably wrong. Just kidding. I don't want everybody's opinion. We just got another simple episode for you today. We got a topic about fast food signs being red. Isn't that interesting? I've been thinking about that a lot recently. And then we're just going to go into my week in review. Something happened today that really pissed me off. I just want to rant. I want to rave about it. So let's just jump into it, yeah? So, Sheri, you have driven down this beautiful Wisconsin road, and you have seen all of the fast food places around, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I want you to tell me one fast food sign that doesn't have the color red in it. Can't do it, can you? Everything that pops in your head.
Wait, I do have one.
Oh?
Taco Bell.
The bell is red.
Is it? Or is it purple?
You're the fact checker.
Okay, here I go.
It's red. I'm pretty confident it's red. Oh, well, now I'm not that confident because you brought it up.
But if we went through the list of all the other ones.
Yeah, McDonald's has red background. Burger King, the words are red. Wendy's is a red head. KFC has red and white stripes. So I got to thinking, why is everything red? And I remembered a long, long time ago that I was told that red makes you hungry, or something along those lines. Red draws you in. I can't exactly remember. Somebody send me something correct. Maybe fact check me. But I started questioning an alternate reality where all the fast food signs were blue. Because I just imagined sitting in the parking lot eating lunch that KFC would look really weird with blue and white stripes. You find it? Was it Taco Bell?
I did find Taco Bell, and it is purple and pink and yellow.
That's like a red. That's a washed out red. It's your phone. It's red.
Remember to email work with the adults if you disagree.
Damn. I was expecting you to never drop that. She's doing the work right now.
Because I'm ready. You can also email if you want to agree with one of the co-hosts.
Don't agree with her. I'm the one. I am the correct opinion man here.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyways. But I was thinking about KFC. It would look weird with the blue and white stripes. And then I started thinking about everything else with red being swapped with blue. And then I started thinking, in this alternate reality, why would everything be blue instead of red? And I started thinking back to the root about what I was told a long time ago. Your brain would have to pick up that blue draws you in now, right? So would that mean that like the sky would make you hungry and stuff like that? Like this alternate reality, we're only picturing that anything like fast food marketing wise is changed to blue. And if the theory I have is correct that red makes you hungry, then blue would have to make you hungry. And that's why they would choose it, yeah?
Right.
Excuse me, I had fried rice earlier. It was good, homemade. I didn't put any eggs in it, though. I don't like eggs.
And it was not over peppered.
All right, that's whatever. Yeah,
you did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate the gratitude. But what was I? Oh yeah, no. Blue would have to draw you in, right? Your eyeballs would have to work differently. That blue would draw you in. So, would the sky make you hungry and stuff like that? And here's the other problem I start seeing is stop signs are red. So then I started thinking, oh, well, maybe red draws your attention and doesn't make you hungry. So in this alternate reality where everything is blue, the stop signs would have to be blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now everything that is supposed to catch your attention that's like important or whatever is blue. Now just picture that for a second. My headset is currently blue. Your headset is currently red. You've picked red twice already.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want to mix it up.
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because I don't like the other colors.
That's a lie. Red draws you in and makes you hungry.
I mean, it made me hungry.
You're supposed to help me, Sheri. You are on my team here.
I'm no liar.
All right. You have been promoted to host Backer Upper. I'm almost positive I promoted you last episode to host Backer Upper.
I think Fact Checker is a better fit for me.
If I go back and say I promoted you, then you're fired. However, if I go back and I didn't promote you to host Backer Upper, you are hired and you're also fired. So now you're just host Fact Checker and Wisconsin Cutie.
Oh.
Yeah, points. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you flirt. I don't know how to flirt with you yet. But, I just started thinking, like, how would that affect everything else? Like, obviously, your fast food stuff turns blue. Your stop signs would possibly turn blue. What about cars? You know, you have the red cars that are always pulled over more. Statistically, that's, like, I don't know enough about that.
I've heard that too before.
Yeah, like, I've heard it. Would that change to be like blue cars in this alternate reality? It's just some big flop where the smallest little change to your eyeball would affect everything around you because everybody would perceive everything differently. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For some reason, it just puts it into perspective how much people are like willing to go the limits to just, hey, we have red, please eat our burgers. You know, we have red.
Five Guys.
We have buckets of chickens. Yeah. Five Guys is it's nothing but red text.
And it's like bright, like fire engine red.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, then that would be blue. You know? It was just something that, like, put all that into perspective for me. That people, they study all this stuff. Like, they know how your eyeballs work. I am becoming very self-conscious about how much I'm saying. Like, I'm going to try to actively tone it down for the rest of this episode. Eventually, like, did it already. When we get cameras, I want to do a bit where if I get too out of control with something that, like, somebody notices or something that you'd
point at you.
Huh?
A point at you?
No, you don't point at me. You shock me with a shock collar.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to get real hot, so the AC is going to have to be on. And I run hot already. I'm like well, no, that was an okay use of the word like. I'm like a steam engine, right? You know, you put all the sweet and sour chicken, and I'm trying to eat healthy, but it runs hot. I'm running hot, like, oh my gosh. All right, this episode is the change my habit episode.
Every time you say like, I will put the hairdryer on you.
Oh no, don't do that.
You'll stop.
We need me to learn. We don't need to torture me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, back on topic. I just thought it was an interesting thing to think about. How much just the tiniest little change in your eyeball would change everything around you color-wise.
I've thought about that too. Like, even so, the colors are used, like you said, for different things. Like, red is more eye-catching. It's also, like, you typically think about aggression or danger. It's just the powerful color. And I used to think about how, what if, like blue is the calm, like, peaceful one.
Sad.
Yeah, and I was wondering at one point, how much of that do we how much, like, do we feel that the colors are like that because we've been taught it and it's been ingrained in our culture? Like, my question is, if you had someone that was born, like, in the middle of the woods and they were raised with, like, no connection to, like, modern culture the way it is, when they saw the color red, would they also think like aggression or passion, or even if you had taught them, like if a kid was raised in like a society where blue was red and stood for stop.
You're
or
talking
danger.
alternate reality now. We're talking about this kid raised in the blue reality.
Yeah, would they also feel? Would they feel the way that they had been told that those colors should make them feel, or is it really an instinctual? I guess it's, it applies in nature too. Like the animals that are the most dangerous are brightly colored and stuff.
Yeah, and animals bleed red for the most part. Like that's
Right.
something that if you see red like blood,
Yeah,
then,
it's eye catching.
and something's like bad.
Something's up.
Something's
Yeah.
bad.
So I mean, I guess that probably kind of answers my own question, but still an interesting thing for humans because we like so much depends on how much we're taught to like nurture versus nature or whatever. So if you had taught someone their entire life that blue was a very passionate and the sign of like danger, and then put them in like our world, would they react the same way to blue that everybody else reacted to red?
Well, yeah, I see where you're going with this. I'm sure, you just think it's basically the same thing. You think we're already in this reality of red, and if you switch to blue, you're going to be, oh, there's a lot of blue here, Yeah. That's at least me. That would be the first thing I noticed, and I'm almost positive I quoted that when I was on lunch. That if KFC switched from red to blue, I'd just say, wow, why is that blue? And then I kind of noticed everything else was blue and stuff. And your nature versus nurture argument got me thinking about, well, if a kid was raised in the forest and they didn't really see a lot of red or whatever, I think it's still an instinctive thing because your eyeballs are like the reason why red is such an aggressive color is because there's something in your eyes that makes it stand out.
Mm.
So in a way, it's like you would know, oh, this is red. Maybe it wouldn't be your instinct to see a stop sign and stop and look at it because it's red, but I think it's somebody made it red because it pulls you in more because of your disposition, your eyeballs.
Yeah.
That's at least what I think.
Well, that makes sense. And like a bright red isn't something you see occurring super often in nature anyway, so it would like...
Yeah. Really the only red thing I can think of is like flowers or blood.
Yeah.
In nature.
It's super like color theory. I mean, so this is the art major part of me coming out a little bit, but like doing art theory or color theory in college was interesting because like I may be misquoting this, but I'm pretty sure there's cultures, like it might be Native American culture, where they don't even see the color green as a separate color, like that stands on its own. Like there's only like a transition from yellow to blue. Like they wouldn't say green, they would say yellow or blue.
What? How does that even make any sense?
See, well, and that's fine because we're so trained to, like, for us, it would be like if we didn't see like a tan color, we just saw kind of like an orange or a brown, and we didn't like have a word for. Well, I guess that's not really tan, but if you pick two other colors that were in between, like we don't have a word for like red orange because we need to say red or orange. Most people don't have a word for red orange.
Well, this guy does.
But imagine if another culture did, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, that's a very distinct color. That color between red and orange. Orange is a color we use all the time, and it's obviously way different from red or orange." But for us, it'd be like, no.
So what I'm getting at is that this culture doesn't know or doesn't really know the word for green.
Kind of like it's not.
They must live in the desert because grass is green and it's everywhere.
But they don't see. Okay, so here's another. This is a fact.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure Leo's awake now. He's the cat of the show.
Guess kitty, Leo.
Get out of my water.
So there's another, like in ancient times, like they didn't have a word for blue. I think like there is some piece of there's some piece of ancient philosopher or poet literature where they describe the sea as like wine dark sea, like wine red, because they didn't have like a word for blue, and that was like the closest that they had.
See, now that's ridiculous because What do they drink?
Wine.
I guess that was a dumb question. I don't know. I mean, every sea I've ever looked at seemed blue.
Right.
But then again, you know, maybe I shouldn't criticize because Russian language, the word "the" doesn't exist. That's why whenever you hear like a Russian accent, I have minigun. It's going to. Well, that's kind of caveman. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put this down right now. I'm very bad with accents. I have just one melting pot of accents, and that's just kind of what I run with. I can do a fairly okay Russian. I'm going to say right now, the amiibo are on the shelf. In Russian, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Amiibo on shelf. No, that wasn't very Russian, was it?
Really?
I'm not good at this. I warned you ahead of time. I'm not good at this. But I've heard the word "the" doesn't exist in the Russian language.
That makes sense.
I play Team Fortress 2 all the time. You know, Heavy doesn't really say the.
That
Like,
makes
sandwich
sense.
and me going to beat your ass. That's one of my favorite
Now that you
ones.
mention it, that does make sense, though.
What's that sandwich? Kill them all? Good idea! I don't do good. I'm not good with voices.
They're funny. They might not be accurate, but they're
Well,
funny.
thank you. That's only because, you know, you're supposed to say that stuff because you're my girlfriend.
Oh.
But
Look
anyway,
how cute Leo's
my goodness. This always happens. Sherry is such a sucker for Leo because he's cute.
so adorable.
Oh, my lord.
Oh my gosh, look at this little
Oh.
face.
Oh, well, we've lost Sherry, guys. Yeah, so that was just something to think about, you know, how, you know, everything would look if it was blue and why it would look blue in this reality. I was thinking it was somewhere along the lines of like the butterfly effect, or one small change can change society around you, and I thought that was the most simplistic way to look at it. But, you know, just something to think about. What did you think? That was pretty... I feel like that was kind of entertaining.
Yeah,
we
I think
might
it's
have
interesting.
we might have gotten a new listener from that. They probably were like, oh, dang.
Yeah,
This
colors.
self-diagnosed comedian really knows his reds and his blues. Maybe I should. Maybe I
Better
should
than the
listen
ancient
to him.
Greeks, or
Yeah, better than the society that doesn't know what green is because they've never seen grass or trees in their life.
Not that I haven't seen.
I don't
we
know.
already,
let's
we already
just
went
sort
over
of-
it.
Well, yeah, whatever. Rewind it if you want to hear it again, or send me an email and argue. Maybe send me some info. I don't know. I'm always up to learn. I love learning. You know, whether or not I can retain it, that's another story. But I like hearing all this new stuff. Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go back to playing Animal Crossing or whatever. So that was that. So let's move on to my week in review. So obviously you guys have met Leo now. He gets sad whenever we lock him up in kitty jail for the night because he's so food aggressive. He cannot be trusted in the house.
No, you can't.
Like, I brought back the
sadly.
bread. I go into the kitchen for 2 minutes to fry some rice, and he's already eaten the bread.
And he bit the bag, but that was it. Like, I came back in the living room, and he was just sitting on the couch, and the bag was on the floor upside down, and I knew he must have bitten it. But normally, like, past Leo would have already had ripped it apart and eaten half of it and then spit it on the floor by the time that we noticed.
He probably overheard me saying how bad bread is for birds and that I was going to get sunflower seeds. He's looking for the sunflower seeds. But anyway, I got I stayed up playing Call of Duty till like 2 in the morning once, just because I was grinding out some weapon levels, and he just wouldn't stop crying. So I was like thinking about how I could make Kitty Jail much more like cat friendly for him. So
And to be clear, Kitty Jail
oh yeah, that's
is
right.
our reference. Let's give a
My
little
bad.
context. There is like a laundry room, and then it's connected to like the basement downstairs, and it's like a decent size, like almost a second living room size. So he's got a litter box, and he's got food and water. Well, he gets scheduled meal times, so he usually doesn't have food, but he has water. He's got multiple cat beds, like it's heated and air conditioned. Well, it's cold down there anyways, but
Yeah, he's technically got his own shower, toilet, and sink and everything.
he basically is just somewhere where he is in a place where there's never any
Loose
human food, and so it hopefully takes the stress away from him of like constantly trying to think about food. Once he's down there, he knows there's no food that he has to look for, and he's not constantly just searching for it.
I don't know. I feel like it doesn't work because he's always crying all the time.
Well, see, he also, I think, has separation anxiety, separate from the food aggression. So it's just been very, very hard to manage, and he's so cute, but it's so difficult to know what's best for him. And it's hard to, like, he also, you know, if we shut him in the room, then that's difficult too, because he gets bored, and...
Yeah. So I thought I'd spruce up his area a little bit, make it a little bit more cat-friendly. So I did a lot of research, and I studied Leo a little bit more. And he really likes to sit out the window and watch cat TV, which is birds flying by and all that stuff, yada yada. So I ended up one day going out, and I bought a shepherd's staff, bird feeder, and some seed, because right now Kitty Jail has a door and 2 windows that he can't see out of. So I thought one of the issues was that he felt really separated from, like, the world in general. So I got him a kitty perch to put up to 2 of the windows. I got 2 of them. I spent like $400 on this cat, and he still eats the bread. But I set up this shepherd set. It all looks good now. No birds have gone to the feeder. They're eating the stuff off the hot tub cover and the ground, so I know that they're like coming by. They just haven't eaten at the feeder yet. And even so, Leo, at least he can look out the window at night or whatever and not feel alone. Got him a nice tall tower with lots of platforms so he can jump around. It's definitely more kitty friendly. I play with him at night before I feed him. Why are you in my stuff? Why are you like this? Stop biting the cords! Sorry. He's just shoving his face inside my bag. He must be looking for the bread. But anyway, so I go to this the local Wisconsin pet store to get these kitty towers, and one of them was really big. And I drive a 2019 Jetta, and I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't big enough. It was not big enough. So I get to this local store, and I'm like, yeah, can I get some help loading this into my car? Because it's 2 cat towers, and I don't want to have to drag it out myself, and you guys have carts, so I might as well make it easier for everybody. I wasn't that aggressive, though. I'm very polite. I'd like to think so. Sorry, I had fried rice earlier. Anyway, so we get out there. He sees my car. He's like, there's no way these are going to get in here. And I'm like, well, I figured we could try before I call somebody, and he shoves one in, and we're trying so hard to get the other one in. We're like, it's not coming in, it's not coming in. He's like, okay, let me go get Tyler. Tyler, he calls Tyler. Hey, will you call Tyler or something? Tyler comes out. He's like, you should see this guy. He's psychotic about getting stuff in there. I'm like, this car's a lease, so please, just be careful. And the dude was nuts about it. He was like, well, lift the chair up here, do this, move this here. And he just starts shoving it in there. He's like, crank it. And I'm like, it's a lease. Calm down, Tyler. Chill. and he finally gets it all the way into the back seat, but there's like 6 inches preventing the door from being closed. And the look of disappointment on his face. He was so sad. There's no way it's coming in here. I was like, dude, thanks for trying. And there was nothing, no scratches on my car or anything. I got to reset the seats or whatever, but. So I ended up texting my buddy Mike. He's got a big car. I go to where we work. We work together, but we've been separated because of the pandemic. We're into 2 different groups. I go to where we work, and so I don't know if I mentioned this, but I have like depression. It's kind of chronic. And one of the things that happens when I get depressed is sometimes I can dissociate. And here, this is a perfect example of my dissociation. I feel like an ass after the fact. Oh my God, that cat. I feel like an ass after the fact. But I get to work. We pull up, and I'm jingling my keys. I remember to lock my door. Right? I lock my door. I shuffle the key in my pocket. And immediately forget that I did it. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but Mike either handed me the keys before he went to lower his seats, or I got them afterward. Either way, I couldn't remember what was in my hand. So I reached out with my bare hands thinking, okay, I'm going to take the keys. And he's just like looking at my hand. I'm like, and now I'm staring at my hands. I'm like, where are the keys? I couldn't remember if they were in my right hand or not. I couldn't remember. In that moment, I was just like, keys are on my brain. I'm like, keys, give me keys. Where are the keys? I don't have the keys. I don't see the keys. So I'm like freaking out. And he does the most little girly pixie handshake you could possibly think of. He's like, but Corona. And I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's going to know. And all of a sudden I had the keys in my hand. I can't remember for the life of me, but I felt like such an awkward jackass because I dissociated a little bit because there were 2 sets of keys and I couldn't keep track of them in that moment. It's rough. Like I completely forgot where my keys were. So the whole time I'm going back to this local store, I'm feeling that my pockets for my keys. I'm like, okay, my keys are in here. All right, my keys are in here. Where's my phone? My phone is in here. Where are the keys? My keys are in here. You know, and I hated it. I'm like, I just look like a complete jackass to Mike. You know, the dude's lending me his car, and I might have just infected it with the pandemic. Obviously, I didn't. Well, you wouldn't know that, but I didn't. I'm clean. I didn't get tested. Anyway, I'm just digging a hole now. But I get back there, the kitty tower comes in nice, Tyler comes back out, and I was like, yeah, this is going to fit in this car. It's that one right there. He's like, oh yeah, there's no way this isn't going to fit. He shoves it in, I'm on my merry little way, I come back out, wash my hands. I considered giving Mike some rock candy, just leaving it in his car for a surprise. But at least I remembered it was going to be 91 that day. Mm-hmm. And I would have just, I would have just freaking let him melted sugar all over his car seats. So I ended up, I was going to do this beforehand, but I filled his tank up to full. It was completely empty. I go back there. I said, Mike, I fill up your car. He's like, oh, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, yeah, I did. It's rule number 1. You borrow a car, you fill the tank up. Simple. You know, you can't recover the miles that you used, so the least you could do is fill the tank up. Anybody that doesn't is a douchebag. Email me if you think differently. And I will tell you you're stupid. I will, I promise. And it's been gnawing at the back of my head, that freaking handshake, because I'm trying to piece together that lost memory of what happened when I dissociated in that moment. You know, like, did I look like a jackass trying to shake his hands? Because I just froze. I froze there. I'm like, where are the keys? Where are the keys? I couldn't remember if he gave me the keys. I still can't remember anything except that little frilly handshake he gave me with just his 2 fingers. Like he was lifting up a teacup as he was having tea with the Queen of England. He's like, Corona. I wouldn't say it like that, but he's very feminine. I love the guy. You know, I love the guy.
Nothing wrong with that.
But it's just been eating me at the back of my head. I feel like an ass because I can't remember.
Is that like when you're driving somewhere that you drive all the time and you just kind of like
you have highway brain?
Yeah. Is it like that?
Kind of.
But it's just like, obviously that's not a recurring thing as for...
Like, it's happened to me several times when I first moved into my apartment. I moved out of my parents' house. I first moved to my apartment. And I'm so used to driving to work from their house that I drove back to their house. And I was like, oh, crap, this isn't where I live. So I just hung out with them a little bit. That's kind of sort of what it is. I wouldn't say it's exactly the same because the car thing is just a habit you break back into. Whereas this, some part of my brain malfunctions where I have the keys. And maybe it's like a high-stress situation because we've obviously, our work has been separated, so I was kind of nervous going in there.
That, and you were running all over the place getting these really expensive cat towers, and you were very, very mission-focused. And
yeah. I don't know, it's just, in that moment, I lost track of my own keys that were in my pocket. Or they were in my hand, I can't even remember. But that piece is just gone. It's like you buy a puzzle, you take a puzzle piece, and you're like, I'm going to hide this for last. And then you completely forget where you put it the second you put it down. You're like, well, that was a stupid idea. I'm going to go find it. And you can't find it.
Aw.
You know? But anyway, it's just been eating me. It's just been eating me. I gotta talk about it. So that was Cat Tower Shenanigans. I have that written in the notes. Leo's Cat Tower Shenanigans. I knew what it was going to be about. I didn't have to go into a place. I have the notes here. So that was I went through all that effort for Leo, and he still tries to eat the bread.
But he does.
Have I swore at all? I'm trying not to swear.
Yeah, jackass, I guess, a couple times.
No, that's not one of the
not
7 bad words for TV or whatever.
Leo does love his cat tower, so he loves them.
Yeah. Well, he has 4 now.
Yes, he is a spoiled little cat.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, he has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, he does have 5.
He has 5. Well, I'm done buying him cat tower. He didn't have enough. So Leo's Cat Tower Shenanigans, awkward stint with Mike. I tried making taco flavored eggs this morning. They were pretty good according to Sheri. I don't like eggs. I can't eat eggs. Can't eat cream cheese. I don't like them. But earlier today, when I was getting ingredients for fried rice, this is the part I've been waiting for. This is the part that I've been waiting for.
Oh, I just realized what this is about.
we go to Tops. We go to Tops. I go in. I just need scallions and I need sesame oil.
Mm-hmm.
We grab those. I grab some cheddar fries or whatever. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm very bad at it. I lost a lot of weight, gained it back. That's another day maybe. That's a Tristen centric episode. But right now we're talking about the express lane bullshit that I had to deal with today. That was a heavy swear. Whatever, it's a half an hour.
It's a powerful one.
Nobody's listening.
You saved it for this.
So everything goes fine. I grab the combos, the bread, everything, right? And I'm looking, I only got 6 items. I might as well hit up the express lane. The people in front of me, there are 2 people in front of me. One had like milk and a package of bacon or something. The lady behind him had just 6 ears of corn. And the other 2 lanes that were open had people with grocery carts full of crap.
Okay,
so
but...
Okay, this is going to go by pretty fast. Please
also,
add to the story because I need to understand.
In my mind, I saw the express lane. First of all, the light wasn't on in the thing. And the last time that I was there, they had turned the light. I mean, this is kind of a generic thing for grocery stores in general. Like, if the light's off, it means they're about to close that lane. So I was worried that lane was getting shut down or whatever.
Oh.
The other thing, too, was that the other lanes, like, there were, like, a couple people in it, but there were more people coming from the other side of the store, and I thought they were going to most likely get in the first lane, which was the express one on the one side, because the other 2 lanes are on the other side of us, so they're harder to get to. So in my mind, I was like, well, might as well stay in the other line, because I think the express lane is either shut down, or by the time that we figure out that it's not shut down, there's going to be a bunch of people in there anyways. So that was my line of thinking.
I was about to ask you, too. I was going to stay in this line. I want to see how this goes. But this dude has a milk and bacon, and this other lady has 6 ears of corn.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll wait in the express lane. You got to stand 6 feet apart, and I didn't want to stand in an aisle, so I kind of stood so the line turned to an L from me.
That was the other issue, because people that kept coming.
Yeah, and I'll frickin' tell you right now, one asshole that cut in front of me.
Yeah.
As the lady and her started talking, I was like, oh, maybe they're together, going to cash out together, but they're not. And I guess express lane means you should only pay with spare change and take as long as you possibly can because you only have 2 items. So we ended up waiting even longer because I got cut in front of him. I'm not really going to start a fight. You know, she's just minding her own. I was like, whatever, I can wait. I don't care. Then somebody else got in line really close behind her. I'm like, oh, you saw me standing here.
Yeah,
there's no way you didn't see me standing here. So I was ready to throw down with her. So the line creeps up, and I make it very, very obvious I'm going in. And if she even took a step forward, I was going to stick out my hand. I'm like, no. This is me. I've been sliding here. So I was side-eyeing her the whole time, like, do it. I dare you. Do it. But she didn't. I can't remember if she sarcastically waved me on or whatever. I'm like, whatever. Screw you. I was standing here first. I was standing here before she did. So they check out. And by the way, the lady that pulled in to the other lane with a huge grocery cart full of crap, she's already gone. She
Yeah.
was already gone, and we were waiting on the dude with the milk and bacon, and now we're waiting on the lady with corn because she had to pay with 2 20s for 6 ears of corn. I saw it. 2 20s. Like, are you really trying to break it on like $1.50 worth of corn? $40. What are you breaking it into? I don't see the point in having more bills. Like, one of those 20s is just going to become nothing but like ones or fives. What's the point? 6 ears of corn, you could break it on like a milk or something. Obviously, she wanted corn, but why didn't you just bring pocket change you could find on the sofa? I'm getting worked up. It just made me mad. My blood pressure. Yep, I gotta stay calm. There's also a lady with a dog. That's gonna be important in a second. She was in the other lane, the lane that I thought was going to go slower, but ended up being sonic speed.
I did not even pay this much attention.
I saw the dog lying up a kid. It was like a puppy or whatever, but the dog was really interested in the kid, and the kid was like just being a kid, runny nose and staring at the dog because what's that thing? Why is it wearing a pink vest? So anyway, we get up there, we check out fast in the express lane, we get through pretty quick. She scans the items, I stick my card in, we're on our way. I didn't have to pull 4 quarters out of my socks and $2 out of my armpit. No, I'm ready. I'm like, scan it and let's go. It's express for a reason. You don't need to buy milk and bacon and take forever doing it. That's not what the express lane is for. It's supposed to be you get in, you get out. We need a rule book on grocery store etiquette. Why can't people just operate their carts on the same side of the aisles that they drive on? London can do it on the left, but here in Wisconsin, we can move our carts on the right side. It just creates an order. An order. Where are the general guidebooks to not be an asshole? Where are they? I'm here. I could write this stuff and sell it.
You could.
How to not be an ass in Tops.
People would love it, probably.
Don't go into the express lane with 6 ears of corn to break $40.
I had no idea that any of this was happening in your
life. I was boiling like a lobster. And I was like, Sheri, and anytime I look over at you, I calm down a little bit. Your eyes always just encapsulate my heart. Aww. So I'm like looking at you, and I was mouthing the words. I was like, this bitch.
So you didn't even catch that.
Bitch. No, because you're all wearing masks. All you could see was me just go like this to you. And you could close your eyes like all cute, and I'm just like, this bitch. She's asking for it.
Oh my goodness.
We walk home. We walk to Tops. We walk home. Get a little exercise. I'm trying to lose weight, but I buy cheddar fries and combos because I am a failure.
No.
But we get about halfway home, and who do we see except the lady with the dog getting really comfortable in the yard? I was like, that dog was in the other line behind us.
We could have been getting comfortable in our yard.
Yeah, and the lady was just starting to check out with her corn when she pulled into that line. The lady with the dog pulled into her line, 3 people in front of her, when this person with the corn just started checking out. And we see them getting nice and comfy in their car. Halfway through the walk home, I'm like, oh my God. The express lane is a lie, people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not express at all. It's not. It's a lie.
There's like an episode of The Simpsons, I think, where...
Did somebody already do this bit? I just experienced this in real life.
Not quite. No, not quite. It's similar because...
It's not even a bit. It's real life.
So, I think Apu had just lost his store, and he's living with The Simpsons, and they go grocery shopping, and he was the owner of the Quickie Mart, and they're trying to pick which line to go through the grocery store, and they're like, oh, like express, like that's supposed to be the fast one. He's like, He's like, look at it's all these people. We've got kids. Like they're gonna be talking a bunch. Mm-hmm. He's like, check out that other lane. It's all single guys. They're gonna be buying like 1 bar of soap and that's it.
Yeah.
So they get in that line and it goes super fast. It's funny.
I need to channel my inner Apu next time I go. I'm done thinking the express lane is fast. I worked at Walmart for a while. I wasn't a cashier, but I cashed out a lot there, and Oh wait, I don't think. Well, when I started working there, I think self checkout was really taken over. I think they got rid of Express Lanes.
I was
a
gonna
long
say
time ago.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Well, maybe I'm ignorant now, because Tops is back. They're back in 2000. Dumb way. I could have at least saved myself and said 2001. I had to say 2000 like an idiot. And here Walmart is living in the future where it's like, shh, do it yourself. and Tops is just like, yeah, sure, I'll break that 40 for your 6 years of corn.
Can we tell the story about the guy that was doing cashback in front of you that one day in the bags?
I can't remember.
Okay, I'll start telling it, and then if you remember, you can take it over because it's your story.
All right, if I do remember, I will aggressively jump in.
So Tristan, I was staying home, and Tristan went out to get groceries, but it was.
Oh, I remember now. Sorry, I clipped it. It was the guy that bought the bags for me.
Yeah. No, wait, let me tell from my point of view first.
Okay, all right.
So,
all right.
He's supposed to get literally it's two things. It was. You could hand carry it back. So Tristan goes off, and I don't even think that. I think it was reusable bags at that point.
Yeah, it was after the bag ban.
Okay, so Tristan goes. I'm working or whatever. He comes back, and for some reason he's got 3 different bags of stuff, and a couple of them are double bagged with plastic bags, and there's a single item in 2 of them. And I was what
so stupid
happened? So
I can't remember exactly what it was. See, I had the idea for the podcast at that point, but I didn't start writing stuff down until I got all my equipment. And that would have been something to write down, because
that was a good story.
Here's what I can piece together, because I don't remember well. This guy in front of me has a 6-pack of beer or something, right? Or maybe it's not that. He had several. No, he was buying gum.
Yeah.
3 times. He
Yeah.
bought gum 3 times or something. And he was buying. I don't even know what he was doing, but he bought gum. He's and a plastic bag. Don't give it to me. I don't want it. Give it to the guy behind me. Oh, can I get another one? Can I get another one? And he bought 3 plastic bags. And I was like, what is going on? Why is this dude doing this? I can't remember what he was doing. But I just remember I hear him say, give him the plastic bags. He's giving me the bags. This place is a whack fest.
It doesn't even make sense, because I used to get confused when I saw people buying 1 banana. But then I found out that that's the cheapest way to get cash back. So that at least...
Oh, is that what
that
he was
explained?
doing?
But
Is that what I said?
no, your story, it doesn't make sense, because he was already buying the gum. Why would he need to buy also plastic bags?
I can't remember. It was bizarre, because he just kept buying me plastic bags. I didn't even want them. I had a reusable bag. I had a bag with me.
So much Tristan had 3 things, and each bagged on their own, and some of the bags had double bags.
And this dude's still sticking around, and she's already bagging myself. I'm like, lady, I have a reusable bag right here. But she's like, oh, they're already paid for, so take them. And I'm like, okay. I can't. Oh, I wish I had written it down, because I don't remember what he was doing, but it was something weird.
It was something weird.
It was something weird, but I ended up with 3 plastic bags that were all double bagged, because I want a bag. Give me another bag. Give it to that guy though. I don't want it. Give him a bag.
At that point, it's just
it's like Christmas.
Why wouldn't the cashier just put those bags to the side and bag for somebody
I
who's
don't
actually
even
going to use
I
them?
really wanted to ask her too. I was like, what's going on? Why?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why did that dude do that? But that's too nosy.
That's so
That's
funny.
too.
Though.
I can't ask, because maybe that dude was I don't know, getting money for his school lunches or something.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. But I really
strange.
wanted to know. I'm so curious, and I see her all the time at this Wisconsin Tops. I see her all the time. She's like, do you remember that one guy that bought me about 6 bags? Please tell me why. But anyway, that could have been a story for another time. I really wish I could remember, because I totally forgot about it.
That's so funny.
That's why
That's
I bought
one of the
this
stories
notebook.
that I'm always going to break out to people.
What's the bag where I just show up? I'm like, look at all these bags I didn't buy. It was stupid. But anyway, I think that about wraps it up for today. How you doing, Sheri? You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good.
Your mosquito bites aren't itchy anymore?
No, mosquito bites aren't itchy. Well, actually they are. And I got a new one on my stomach, but it's a lot better than it was. I can sleep and I can work. So
Yeah. I'm trying to stay more hydrated.
that's good.
I have GI problems because I got a gallbladder removed. What, you guys didn't know I had my gallbladder removed? Apparently I'm famous for reminding everybody by just going to the bathroom several times during work. Everybody makes fun of me. I'm like, oh, imagine having a gallbladder. Yeah, that's real funny, guys. That's real funny. I can't digest fat like you guys. Anyway. I don't want to cry. I'm just kidding, I don't cry. Not to people. Whatever, it's going on for too long. So, again, I think before the end of each show, I just get a little meta, talk about what I want to do for the show. Realistically, this is episode 2. I think this is a great episode. This one and the last one recorded, I think they are definitely going to be 1 and 2. If you haven't watched the last episode, we talk about the vanilla, in quotes, of pizza. And I put in a solid argument. I'm sure that nobody would be able to email me and change my mind. At workwiththemadults@gmail.com. I didn't drop it as much today. I felt I had a little more self-control. Not during the part where I was talking about the express lane, though. I went berserk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I just get a little meta. Please email us. I want user interaction. The adults are here for you. I was a kid once. I don't know how many of you guys were, but I'm an adult. It's really hard to say. I'm an adult. Yeah, you guys are all adults. We're all adults here, so let's have an adult-like conversation. I'll answer anything. I don't even care. If you want to ask me how my toes taste, I'll make Sheri taste them and tell you. Whatever. This isn't. Whatever. She don't want to do toe things. I don't really like it. I don't even have a toenail on one of my toes. So, yeah, this meta conversation is going great. I wanted to talk about goals for the show, and now I'm talking about putting toes in your mouth. You think this went down a really good path, huh? Whatever. You're supposed to be supportive. But as I said in my last episode, I just want to get 10 episodes out and done. I just want to get the show published on like iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, do it all. In the future, I want to look at getting cameras and turning this into a vodcast and making it a true entertainment show. Maybe set up an office with a table, sound treat the room, and all that stuff. But for now, we'll keep it audio only. We'll see how it goes. I would love to put more energy into this. Well, that's a while down the road. We're going to need an audience. So you're willing to listen. I'm willing to talk to you. And boy, do I talk. I'll, seriously, I mean, if you guys want me to, I'll go through express lanes just to point out shit.
You might have a heart attack.
I will probably die, but I'll die for the cause.
It'll be the 10th episode.
Yeah, 10
I'll do
episode. Tristan freaking dies from a heart attack.
I'll do a bonus 11th in memoriam.
So yeah, 10 episodes. Stick around for that. After that, maybe 25. Who knows? After episode 10, I just want to keep this going. I want to turn this into a habit. Still don't have a good goodbye. Our original was going to be "Don't commit adultery." It's not really something you could put on a shirt. I mean, you could put it on a shirt. Maybe it'll be like the classic blooper reel or whatever. It's like, "Don't commit adultery, guys." It's bad. It's bad to cheat on whoever. Well, whatever. But I won't drag this goodbye out any longer. So this has been Tristan and my co-host, fact checker Sheri, at the M from Adults podcast. I will catch you next time. Goodbye.